Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in. So this is going to be my first trimester essentials video. I'm just going to talk through some things that I've found really useful in my first trimester. So the big one, probably, and the main one, which I'm sure you know about, is supplements. So I've just bought the Pregnant Care ones. You can get different tablets. I mean, supermarkets have them. There's different makes basically, but I just chose these. So that's how big they are. They are pretty big. I'm not very good at taking tablets, but I actually find them okay, and it's probably because I know that I have to take them. So that's the first thing. A lot of my essentials probably are related to feeling sick, because that is something that I struggled with and I'm still struggling with a little bit. But I know, a lot of women experience nausea at some stage, even if it's kind of only mild. So some of these things might help you. So one thing that I had was ginger biscuits, and I still take them with me everywhere I go. I just take like 2 or 3 in a little bag. Ginger is well known for helping with feelings of nausea, and ginger biscuits I would nibble on kind of as soon as I woke up on some days if I was feeling sick. And yeah, I would just take them everywhere I go, and I still slip them in my bag now. Sometimes I would feel sick, but sometimes I would get kind of a funny taste in my mouth, and that in turn would make me feel sick. So when that happened, I found these useful. And it's just a pack of Polos, any mints would do, I'm sure. Yeah, it's just to kind of help with that horrible taste in my mouth. Also, sometimes, it didn't last long, I would kind of feel a bit weird here, and I don't know if it's a bit of indigestion, but mints are good for that. So another thing with sickness is sickness bands. So this works, it's acupressure. So you put them on your wrist like this, and I think it's about 3 finger widths down. You get instructions, and then you put that little ball kind of sits in between the two tendons here, and obviously you get one for each wrist, and it's just meant to help suppress feelings of sickness. And these aren't just for pregnancy, they're for like travel sickness or seasickness or whatever. And that's the thing, obviously people may well notice if you're wearing these on your wrists. But when my sister was pregnant, she wore these, and I did comment to her like, what are you wearing? But I at the time had no idea what they were. So it depends. I'm sure people that have been pregnant or are pregnant will know what they are, but I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who still don't. But you might feel you can only wear them with a long sleeve top. Now I don't know how well these worked for me. I only bought them kind of at the tail end of my sickness. But they were literally £2, so I just thought they were worth a shot. This is a bit of a weird one, and it's a bit of an obvious one, but it's the clothing. Now I fell pregnant in we think it was either kind of the end of April, very early May, and so obviously then it was the summer. We've had some quite warm days, and obviously I can get away with dresses, but when I'm at work I don't really wear many dresses, so the type of trouser I've been wearing I could not do without. And it's ones like these. So they're kind of that like light like cotton material. They're wide legged all the way down, so they're just really loose, and then the waistband is, these ones have got elastic at the back, and they're just stretchy and loose. They look massive. They look massive. But yeah, I mean, these are obviously just in my normal size, so I'm a size 10. I do actually have a couple pairs of size 8, and they're a bit tight, a bit uncomfortable, but these ones are okay, and I've got another pair, and I've literally just lived in them, because you don't want anything tight on your stomach when 1, you're feeling bloated, and 2, you're feeling sick. So these are just really good, and also you can either put them up to your waist or slightly below, and you can be quite clever. You're pregnant, but other people might not, and you might get a bit paranoid that people might start thinking you're pregnant before you want to tell them. So with trousers like this, you can either put a t-shirt, kind of tuck it in, or have a t-shirt hanging out, and it can hide any forming bump pretty well as being comfortable. So these, if I didn't have these, I don't know what I would be wearing, because I haven't worn jeans since I was about 5 weeks pregnant, probably. And I don't want to wear my work trousers because they'll be too tight. Pretty soon I'll probably be buying maternity trousers. Obviously you can do the trick where you put like a hairband on the button, but to be honest I just didn't want to do that. I don't want to do that because I just thought it just sounded like uncomfortable. And these trousers are good, and you can get quite smart looking ones, so they work well. The other thing, which I only bought after my 12-week scan, is a book. So you may well know that I've been quite nervous in my pregnancy, especially early on, and I didn't want to buy anything. As soon as I had the 12-week scan, I knew that I was going to go out and buy something, and I knew that it was going to be a book. So I got this one. It's called How to Grow a Baby and Push It Out, which is always useful. And it's by Clemmy Hooper, who is actually a midwife, but it's a really nice book. Like, there's lots of nice, if I can find one, images in here, like pictures. There's extracts from various people. I kind of wish that I had bought it earlier than what I did, because I think it's just quite useful to read. There's another one that I want to get, but I may tell you about that once I've got it. I also have some pregnancy apps. So I have the Ovia one, and I use the Ovia Trying to Conceive app as well, so that's a good one. And I've also got Emma's Diary and Bounty. So you may well know you can get Emma's Diary and Bounty. They both have packs that you can pick up from Boots or Asda with kind of free samples in. I'm planning on doing a little video about what you get in those packs, although it does vary. But the actual apps are good in themselves. It tells you what's happening with you and your baby, what the size it is, there's different articles. There's so many apps out there, but that's just the ones that I have and that I use. The final thing that I found useful, that I've been doing and that every day, is moisturising. In the beginning, when I was feeling really sick, I did slip a bit on the old moisturiser, but I am doing it a lot more regularly now. So every night, basically without fail now, I've kind of had a good few weeks run. Every evening I put on sweet almond oil, and I've just bought it neat. And I got that from eBay, and it was so cheap for like a big bottle. I think it was a litre bottle for like £5 or £6. So I've just put that on, and I put it all over, obviously paying special attention to like my thighs and my bum, my belly and my chest. So that's really good. It does take a while to sink in, just to warn you. So that's why I apply it in the evening only. What I would say, and what I have read, is in the first trimester you shouldn't massage your belly. So if you do choose to moisturise, I've just done it really lightly. It's just a disclaimer, I mean that's just what I've read. And in the mornings, which I'm not great at, but some mornings, especially the weekends when I've got more time, I apply body lotion, and I've been using, it's a make called Urticram, and it's all natural and fragrance free. Those are all my essentials that I've been using in my first trimester. I will do another video for my second trimester, because I'm sure there will be more things and different things that I've been using. But I hope that's helpful for now, and I shall see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.